online at 102.1 FM, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM Radio app, and Alexa. We're KJFM Louisiana. Eagle 102, with studios in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Pittsfield.
Area high school baseball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon and welcome to Clopton High School, the turf here at Clopton, and this a rescheduled game. This was supposed to be the first ever game at this new Clopton ballpark, but it was pushed back due to weather, and Wellsville ended up being the opponent for that first game. But now, finally getting together, Clopton and Silex here this afternoon. Silex comes into the ball game with a record of 3-3, while Clopton 6-2. We'll tell you about these two teams when we start the pregame show next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagle 102 Sports pregame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
And welcome back to Clopton, getting ready for the Hawks and the Silex Owls this afternoon. Mark Fronick, April Fronick here at Clopton High School. And April, the Silex Owls, they had a lot of turnover in their roster, especially in their starting nine. So this is a team that looks very different from a year ago. And
several freshmen on the starting nine.
Yeah, freshmen, sophomores, not a whole bunch of upperclassmen experience. Right. I think only 3, maybe 4 on the whole roster, and the starting line is very, very young for this Silex team, and maybe that has something to do with their 3-3 record to start the year, as they're trying to figure out the chemistry and who plays best where, and if you know anything about Ken Hefty,
but you got a veteran.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you've got a veteran in Ken Hefty, Coach Ken Hefty.
So he'll have things figured out by the time that district tournaments roll around here. And
I like that he about took out his first baseman. His first baseman was kind of wandering around while he was hitting to right field. His first baseman had to do some jumping, jumping, skipping, and hopping.
He was a jumping beagle over at first base.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Over at first, it's Ethan Beagle.
So you got to be on your toes because Coach don't wait for anybody.
No.
That's for sure.
You'll learn or you'll put on a Band-Aid.
Exactly. We saw that during districts last year, or was that the year before?
Before.
But. For Clopton, they've got things pretty well figured out. 6-2 to start the season. They had a 3-game winning streak snapped in the first round of the South Shelby tournament over the weekend, losing to Putnam County 6-1. But they came back and beat Knox County in the second game 16-1. So they've got things back on track, and it's starting a busy time for Clopton. After tonight, they'll play Montgomery County on Thursday, North Callaway on Friday. They've got Canton and Veritas Christian next week, and then they'll play QND in Harrisburg here at Clopton after that. So,
and what do you say about little Ricky Henderson and Tucker Simmons with all his stolen bases?
He's up into double digits so far this year. Most recently against Ellsbury had 4 swipe bags. So you don't think of a catcher being a speedster, but Tucker Salmons has been committing larceny on the base pass at a pretty good pace so far in this season. So
Cuff
look out
him
for
up.
him. Yeah, exactly. It's Clopton, it's Silex. We'll take a look at our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
And our keys to the game for Clopton and Silex this afternoon. I think Silex going to have to play, a little older than they appear on paper. They can't make those rookie mistakes, and I think the wind is going to be a bit of a factor. It seems like it's been blowing a lot this spring. It's blowing out to right field here this afternoon. Not as gusty as maybe the last time we were here, but still it might be a factor, especially for the outfielders, especially for young outfielders.
Yeah, Coach was talking before the game that it's been an interesting season because every game has been so windy. They were playing in South Shelby, and he was like, and it's going to be windy at South Shelby, even with a little breeze. But that he said that the outfield's had an interesting season so far.
And that may be a factor today. Other than that, the ballpark plays pretty even. I think Clopton may have a little advantage on the base pass. They've learned how to slide on this synthetic infield. You got to start a little earlier or you're going over that bag. So that's something that Silex will have to learn quick here this afternoon. It's Clopton and Silex. Those are our keys to the game. And our starting lineups just around the corner on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups, first for the Silex Owls. They'll lead it off with the old Jack Johnson, the right fielder, number 7. Then the pitcher bats second, number 11, Chase Mullen. In the 3 spot is the shortstop, Joe Dameron. Then in the cleanup spot is the third baseman, Cameron Garcia. Batting 5th is the first baseman, Ethan Beagle. Then the center fielder, Evan Mailer, is in that 5 or 6 spot at number 15. Catcher bats 7th, number 31, Gage Hubbard. Batting 8th is the left fielder, number 21, Dylan Benton. And the second baseman bats 9th, number 4, Anderson Van Horn. For the Clopton Hawks, the center fielder leads things off, number 11, Adam Lindsay. Then the pitcher, number 2, Peter Daskalakis. Catcher bats 3rd, number 21, Tucker Salmons. Then the second baseman in the cleanup spot, Adam Matheny. James Matheny bats 5th. He's the first baseman. Then the right fielder, number 5, John Grillo. Shortstop bats 7th, 44, Cam Lilly. Then the third baseman, number 4, Jacob Harrelson. DH in the 9 spot, number 7, Mick Evans. And playing left field will be number 24, Wyatt Myers. So those are your starting lineups for this EMO ball game here at Clopton High School between the Hawks and the Owls. We'll take a break, come back, first pitch next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance needs. Call or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Set the defense for Clopton ahead of the top of the first inning. It's Wyatt Myers in left, Adam Lindsay in center, John Grillo is in right. Jacob Harrelson is the third baseman, Cam Lilly at short, Adam Matheny at second base, James Matheny at first, Tucker Salmons behind the plate, and Peter Daskalakis starting his warm-up tosses ahead of this top of the first inning. Again for the Owls, it'll be Johnson, Mullen, and Dameron the first 3. As it's a beautiful day, cloudless sky here at Clopton, a bit of wind, and now it is kind of blowing out toward left center field. Clopton again 6-2 on the season. Silex 3-3. As Peter a little wild with his warm-up tosses, as we're situated behind home plate here at this new ballpark at Clopton High School. All turf, infield and outfield. They've got a high fence all the way around. And in right, it's even double height to protect the entrance of the parking lot. They'll give him one or two more warm-up tosses. Everyone else is ready. Johnson definitely ready in the on-deck circle as the ball goes down. It's time for baseball here on Eagle 102 Sports. Mark Froelich, April Froelich. And a good crowd gathering around the backstop. Home plate umpire stretches it out. Clopton infielders back to their positions. And up on top of the hill is Peter Daskalakis. Ready to pitch to the lefty, Jack Johnson. And the first pitch of the ball game is just off the plate outside for ball one. Johnson, the right fielder, pops this one into short center. Under it is Lindsay. He makes the one-handed grab for the first out. Underway here with a fly out to center, and that'll bring in Chase Mullen, the pitcher. He bats from the right-hand side. Where's number 11? And he takes a ball just a bit high to start his first at bat of the day. Base is empty, one out. The 1-0 called a strike, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mullen. Daskalakis working quickly from the full wide. That one called a strike as well, as the outside pitch to a right-handed batter is getting the call. The 1-2 with one out and the base is empty is guided to second base. Up with it, Matheny, throw to Matheny. Adam to James, 4-3 on the putout, and there's 2 away. Just trying to put the ball in play on 1 and 2, and it's a routine grounder to second base. Now the base is empty for Joe Dameron with 2 down. And he takes a strike called. As Daskalakis settling in here in the top of the first inning. The 0-1. Foul tipped at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. To Joe Dameron. Where's number 13? He is the Silex shortstop this afternoon. All the way back, all the way in the right-hand batter's box, and he takes the ball high. Wouldn't chase that as it went up the ladder on 0-2. Now 1 and 2. And the next, set up outside, drops out of the zone, and it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Garcia on deck if the inning continues. Now a 2-2 pitch. Fouled off the screen. Remains a 2 ball, 2 strike count. This will be pitch number 12 here in the top of the first for Daskalakis, and it goes up high. Count goes full. Had him 0-2, now 3-2. As Dameron is battled back. The payoff pitch in the dirt, he walked him. 2-out walk, and the first base runner of the afternoon is Joe Dameron. That brings in Cameron Garcia. That's that bat on his shoulder. Now comes ready as the ball gets away and the runner will advance. Throw is off to the first base side of second, late anyway. And Dameron into scoring position. One 1-0. The count to Garcia. The 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two outs, runner at second for the Owls here in the top of the first. Takes them all low, 3-0, and just as I said, Daskalakis was settling in. He's unable to find the strike zone. Walk Dameron, now 3-0 on Garcia. And that one's a 4-pitch walk. High and away. 2 on, 2 out for the number 5 man, Ethan Beagle. Beagle, the first baseman. Pitch number 18 is the first to Beagle, and it's up high for ball 1. The next, little excuse me swing back to the pitcher. Plenty of time for Daskalakis to give it to Matheny, and that is the 3rd out. Silex strands 2 here in the top of the first, still without a hit. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Clopton coming up, no score on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance Agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Cluckey, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Set the defense for Silex. Around the outfield, it's Dylan Benton in left, Evan Mailer in center, and Jack Johnson in right. Cameron Garcia is the third baseman, Joe Dameron at short. Anderson Van Horn is at second base, Ethan Beagle at first. Gage Hubbard behind the plate, and Chase Mullen taking his warm-up tosses ahead of this bottom of the first inning. So Silex got a couple of base runners aboard via the walk. And then Beagle, trying to protect his face, hits a ball back to the pitcher with a check swing. It was a very defensive swing to get Daskalakis and the Hawks out of the inning unscathed. For Clopton, it'll be Adam Lindsay, Peter Daskalakis, and Tucker Salmons. If anyone gets on, Adam Matheny will bat in that cleanup spot. Clopton wants to score early and get the Young Owls on their heels right off the bat. Lindsay, the center fielder. Where's number 11? And the first pitch to him. Long look. Getting that grip is Mullen. Now he delivers. A strike right down central. 0-1 to Adam Lindsay. As the Hawks to the dish for the first time. This one grounded to the shortstop. Nice hop for Dameron. Throw across is high. And the ball bounces back. They might have a play at second. Throw is high, and he is. I think if that's a normal dirt field, he's out.
Oh, all the way. All the way. Boy, that was
a good tag.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That was Dameron coming down, and he slapped the tag, and just able to avoid it was Lindsay. So
good job from Beagle going in.
He got a good bounce off that.
Right. The fence.
Fence, or was it the front of the?
It was a fence.
Well, that's a strike on the, or excuse me, a ball. On the first to Daskalakis. Peter ready for the next. Mullen. Good curveball. Evens the count at 1-1. Well, they got him 0-2 on the scoreboard. I thought he called the first one a ball. The 0-2. With a runner in scoring position, nobody out. popped up, out of play behind us. Hubbard trying to find that in the air. He did a full 360.
Daskalakis went 5 innings against Ellsbury. I don't know if you pointed this out already, but didn't allow a single earned run, only allowed 2 hits, and struck out 6 over 5 innings.
Trying to put Clopton ahead here in the bottom of the first inning, behind in the count 0-2. That one bounced in, bounces away from Hubbard this time, and over to third goes Lindsay. Ball and 2-strike count now to Daskalakis. Fly ball to the outfield likely gives Clopton the lead.
Adam Lindsay runs like a pit bull. He lowers himself, like he somehow lowers when he gets to running.
The 1-2, chop to the third baseman. Backing up on it was Garcia. Throw across is offline. They're going to try and score the run, and he is out at the plate. Didn't even have to wait for the call from the home plate umpire as Lindsay slid into that tag. Good play coming off the bag by Beagle.
Beagle's done a good job of, he's had to handle some unruly throws his way, but he's managed to track down the ball and turn it into something.
3-2 on the putout after Daskalakis reached on an error. And a step off. No throw over. As Peter gets his lead again. The batter is Tucker Salmons. He takes the ball low.
In that 11-5 win over Ellsbury, he had scored a run, stole 4 bases. He went 2 for 3 at the plate. Like I said, stole 4 bases. Just
1-0 the count. Outside 2-0. As the Clopton catcher checks the play on his sleeve. Throw down. This pitch was a strike. Got a big hop and unable to drop back down the tag was Dameron. So it's a stolen base for Daskalakis. And the count goes to 2-1. Popped out of play on the first base side, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, runner at second. Clopton's lost a runner at the plate. And the 2-2 bounced, ends up between the umpire's legs.
he has a shoe untied. It's really
Hubbard does.
upsetting me.
I think Hubbard was more upset with the home plate umpire. He wouldn't get out of his way.
Yeah, I think he was too.
Count goes to 3-2. And the payoff from Mullen to Salmons. Heads to the plate. Got him looking.
Ooh, wow.
On the 3-2, right on the corner. That's been a strike so far in this ball game, and got to drop the bat down and do something with that pitch.
Oh my God! Somebody make him tie a shoe. Maybe he just likes it that way.
Yeah. He'll learn his lesson at some point. Brings in Adam Matheny. Runner goes, throw down, not in time, and into a little better scoring position is Daskalakis with 2 outs. He's stolen 2 bases. Pitch was a ball. Now it's going to take a 2-out RBI to put Clopton ahead here in inning number 1. This one chopped to the shortstop. Dameron, plenty of time. Throw is in time. Matheny retired. Clopton strands a man in scoring position. We played one full here from Clopton High School. Silex coming up. No score on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Hi, I'm Tara Grody with People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, Missouri. As a true community bank, we're here for you today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Looking for a new bank? We make switching easy. Keep your banking local and bank where you matter. Visit us online at ourpsb.com. People's Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
To the second inning here at Clopton High School. Mark Fronick, April Fronick, back to the mound, Peter Daskalakis. And he'll be facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, starting with Evan Mailer. As Pete taking his time today with his warm-up tosses. Again, a good thing about this turf field is for pitchers, the mound doesn't ever degrade. If you got a lefty and a righty, you're not dealing with each other's landing spots through the game. Right. You don't have to do any landscaping. If that's part of your routine, that might mess with your head a little bit.
Telling Garcia Parra he can't use
batting gloves.
Batting gloves.
Throw goes down, and Mailer will. Well, if you try and dig in on turf, do you create static electricity?
Ooh. There's we'll call Neil deGrasse Tyson for that. You can find out what he does.
If the bat sparks when he hits the ball, or if it sticks to it, we'll know. He takes a ball high.
You mentioned it's Evan Mailer, and then it'll be Gage Hubbard and Dylan Benton. If anyone gets on, Anderson Van Horn.
There's a strike. Even sings it 1-1. That pitch has consistently been a strike, and both these pitchers are taking note. And that one looked a little low, but called a strike. Mailer in the hole, 1-2.
Daskalakis was ready to roll.
Yeah. Mailer wasn't in the box. He was strolling and a swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes to start the second inning. First strikeout
I do
recorded by Daskalakis.
Daskalakis comes down off the bump, takes a walk around the perimeter of that artificial mound. After
if
every batter.
If he talked to it, I would think he was left-handed, but there's a pitch on the corner for strike one.
That was beautiful.
To Gage Hubbard. Benton on deck. That one right to you.
Yeah.
And the count 1-1.
Hello, Tucker.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, base is empty here in the top of the second inning for Silex. That one low. 2-1. And another good thing about the turf field is you can wear running shoes on this.
Indeed.
Now, if you foul a ball off your foot, it's going to hurt a lot more wearing running shoes. As that one missed low, 3-1.
Gage Hubbard, freshman catcher for the Silex Owls.
And a swing and a miss. And the count full 3 balls and 2 strikes. He took a healthy rip at that one, came up empty.
He's very tall.
A payoff pitch on its way. And he took a ball low. 3rd walk issued already by Peter Daskalakis, and that's rare.
Up now is left fielder Dylan Benton. He's also a freshman.
Courtesy runner coming in. That's number 1, Rylan Hallemeyer.
Sophomore for the Owls.
Running for the catcher. Dylan Benton, the batter. 1 on, 1 out. Instead of checking the runner at first. Next pitch is going to be pitch number 30 for Daskalakis. He's thrown a bunch. Runner goes, throw down, is off to the third base side of second and skips away, a stolen base for Hallemeyer. Pitch was a ball, 1-0. With Van Horn on deck. Benton. Daskalakis looks back 3 times at that runner and delivers a strike on the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out for the visiting Silex Owls here in the top of the 2nd inning, showing bunt now and offered at it, came up empty. Now behind in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Dylan, the left fielder, back in the right-hand batter's box, behind in the count. The 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, and down swinging is Benton for the 2nd out. Runner still at second, the number 9 man, Anderson Van Horn, digs in. AVH. He is a prototypical middle infielder, and he swings and misses on the first pitch he sees.
He's a freshman.
Prototypical middle infielder is the nice way of saying
small.
He doesn't have a lot of height to him, yeah. This one is roped out into left. 1 hopper. They're going to try and score the run. The throw up the first base line, and Silex takes a 1-0 lead as the number 9 man, Anderson Van Horn, delivers a 2-out RBI. Nice switch spots. And Silex ahead.
They have a fun little cheer when they score. That's nice.
Van Horn ended up at second base on the throw home. So it's a RBI single and into scoring position. They're going to appeal if he touched third or not. And the throw over. And he is safe. So all that.
Okay. But at least, we learned some procedure.
Yeah. So the run counts. Back to the top of the order for Johnson. He foul tips one at the plate, 0-1. Johnson flew out on a 1-0 pitch to center field to start the game. Runner at second, 2 down, a 1-0 Silex lead. This one off the end of the bat to the third baseman. Going to have to hurry. Throw across is offline, and Silex is going to score another run on the air. Into scoring position is Johnson. The ball gets away again, but right to the left fielder.
Whew.
That was a do-or-die play. Maybe put that ball in your pocket next time.
Yeah, end up throwing the ball all over the place.
And another run comes across for the Owls. And another runner into scoring position. So that one goes E5. And Van Horn comes in to score. Ending up at second base was Johnson, and now Chase Mullen, the batter, ahead 2-0. And there's a strike called. A little bend at the end of that pitch. Ended up catching the inside corner. The 0-1. Bounces in the left-hand batter's box, 1-1. Chase grounded to the second baseman his first time up. That one bounces again. Blocked nicely at the plate by Tucker Salmons.
Huge jump from Jack Johnson.
2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. That one just misses, fell out of the zone at the last second. 3-1. Mullen trying to extend the inning and extend the lead, takes a strike. Count goes full. Joe Dameron on deck. And the 3-2 pitch from Daskalakis on its way. Time granted to the hitter prior to the pitch. Little gamesmanship from the opposing pitcher there in the batter's box. Now the 3-2. Missed it. And he takes a 2-out walk. Runners at first and second. Fourth walk issued by Daskalakis, and that brings in Dameron, who walked and reached second, was stranded there. We're in the second, 2-0 Owls, and before we get this at-bat underway, Coach Dean Street going to come out to the mound, talk to his entire infield about where the Hawks are at. They've thrown the ball around a little bit here in the second inning, and Silex has been able to score 2. Now you got options at least with 2 base runners aboard. You can step on third if you're the third baseman, get the forced second, or go across to first, whatever is the easiest play. Quick conversation. Coach Street back to his dugout. And back to the batter's box is Joe Dameron. Daskalakis from the stretch. Long look in. Now he comes set. Kicks and delivers. That one fouled back at us. 0-1.
Is there a strategy to Coach Ken Hefty being down, coaching from first base side? Is it to stay closer to his dugout? With having such a young team, I wondered.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've never seen him coach from the first base side. Only ever seen him coach from third.
Yeah, that is interesting. That one gets away. Runners will advance. And the count goes to 1-2.
Let's see. Look at it. He's explaining where he's wanting his runners to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a coaching decision that he's made. Where his kids are, that's where he's going to stay to explain why he's having
to coach.
Yeah.
And a swing and a miss. Ball went in the dirt. They'll have to throw to first. They complete the play there and hold Silex to 2 runs here in the top of the second inning. That's our score, 2-0. The Owls lead the Hawks. Hawks coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options, muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m. and Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it. Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bottom of the second, 2-0 Silex leading here at Clopton High School for the Hawks. In the home half of the second, it's going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. James Matheny.
Is a first baseman, James Matheny. It'll be John Grillo, Cam Lilly. If anyone gets on, it'll be the 8th batter, Jacob Harrelson.
Pretty good first inning for Chase Mullen. He allowed one base runner, or a couple of base runners, but the defense not bad behind him. Lindsey reached on an error, but was thrown out at the plate as Beagle made a good throw.
Yes, Ethan Beagle. I was actually really impressed with the calm approach that he took to a couple of wild throws that came his way.
So Matheny leads things off and takes the ball low. Bottom dropped out of that one.
Mullensy's have an old school approach to his, where he's looking at the batter through the.
Oh yeah, through the webbing.
I love it. That's fantastic.
This one popped up, short right field. This may drop, and it will, in front of the right fielder Jack Johnson. And it's a leadoff single, the first hit of the ball game for the Hawks.
I thought that was a hawk. Oh, well, I guess that would be, appropriate.
Apropos, yeah. Digging in is John Grillo. Back foot in first. Now wags his bat and comes ready. Runner takes the lead off first. Shortens that lead. Now showing bunt. And he gets it down. Back to the pitcher. They're going to try for the out at second, and the throw offline. They're going to, now they got him at third. And tagged out. Oh, he got around the first one, couldn't get around the second one. And tagged out is Matheny. So a fielder's choice. And how's that go? Fielder's choice. 1-5 or 1-4-5.
Yeah. Ooh, playing a little Van Halen.
Yeah, Cam Lilly.
Nice. Cam Lilly is my new favorite player.
That's for the left-hand side, which makes him one of my favorites. Runner takes the lead off first. One down. And low and in. The first pitch to Lilly. Harrelson on deck, then Evans. As Grillo takes his lead off first. Trying to steal second, the throw to the third base side of second, a stolen base for Grillo. Gets himself into scoring position. Pitch was a ball, 2-0. Bottom of the second, 2-0. Owls leading. Clopton trying to scratch out a run here. 2-0 pitch is pitch number 21 from Mullen, and he gets it on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Lilly facing Mullen for the first time today. Runner at second, 1 out. Clopton has lost 2 runners on the base pass. Way up high, 3-1.
Hubbard didn't realize he had that ball in his glove the whole time.
Yeah, he was looking back.
He was looking for it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
It's in your glove.
It's in your hand.
3-1, the count. Runner goes. The hit and run was on. Popped in foul territory and will drop and
then
bounce
over the
out
fence.
of play. Yeah. Count goes to 3-2, and that was an interesting approach from Dean Street, putting the hit and run on 3-1. I guess that was more the run and hit, but because he had such a good jump. The 3-2 now to Cameron Lilly is up high, and he walked him. That'll put runners at first and second with 1 down. And the batter going to be the number 8 man, Jacob Harrelson.
Oh. A little Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Come on.
Oh, no, that's Tupac, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah. 2-0, the Owls lead. Both runs coming in the top of this second inning. Chase Mullen to Harrelson, and he takes a ball high. Mick Evans, the DH, on deck. One 1-0 the count. Runners take their leads off first and second. Mullen, long look in. And from the stretch, he delivers. Ooh. A strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
Nice pitch.
It has been a strike every single time. So the batters need to adjust, because all you can ask for is consistency out of a home plate umpire. Runners both go. Pitch was a strike, and everyone's safe. Double steal. Count goes to 1-2. To the batter, Harrelson, with 1 out. Now the tying run in scoring position for the Hawks. Mullen has his sign. A 2-1 to Harrelson. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout. It was 2-2, or 1-2. We had it right. The scoreboard here at the ballpark had it wrong, and now there's 2 down. So now Mullen out away from getting out of this second and third jam. Mick Evans takes a strike. Number 9 man in the order. Fouled off the screen, right at Tanis.
Wow.
0-2.
Yeah, you want to look for some great pictures after the game, just check out the KJFM Radio Facebook page. I want to thank all the sponsors. Proudly sport those pictures being taken all over the place.
Find all our socials.
Everywhere.
Find all our socials through our website, kjfmradio.com. 0-2 the count. 2 outs, runners at second and third to the number 9 man. And designated hitter Mick Evans, and time granted at the plate. Clopton would love a 2-out hit here to tie this game. Second and third. This will be pitch number 33 from Chase Mullen. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, and Clopton leads 2 aboard and lose another on the base pass in inning number 2. Still 2-0 Silex after 2 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
Illness can happen, whether it's the sniffles, sore throat, or the flu. Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week and is located just off the roundabout in Bowling Green behind Community State Bank. Remember, Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicky Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
To the third inning, Silex comes to the plate with a 2-0 lead. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, starting with Garcia, Beagle, then Mailer against Peter Daskalakis, who's been a little less efficient today than we've seen him earlier in the season. And we're getting into that kind of middle of the season. You kind of get a little bit of fatigue before you catch that second win going towards the postseason. So not surprising for a high school pitcher. And it'll be Cameron Garcia to lead things off. His first time up, he walked and was stranded at first. Takes the ball to start his second plate appearance.
Cameron Garcia, the rare upperclassman on this Silex Owls team. He's a junior.
That one just missed that spot on the outside corner, 2-0. Pitch number 50 from Peter Daskalakis heads to the plate. That is a strike called. Dropped in. 2 balls and a strike to Cameron Garcia. This one chopped to the third baseman. Setting himself is Harrelson. Throw. I don't know if it would have been in time anyway.
Yeah.
It would have been very close, but
you're
bounced
right.
and Matheny just couldn't secure it. That's going to be an error on.
Oh.
I'm going to go base.
Yeah, I really think he would have beat that out. Garcia was
close.
pretty swift down the line. Brings up freshman Ethan Beagle.
Instead, a check on the runner at first base. Garcia back in after the leadoff single. First time up, a very defensive swing as the pitch rode up and in on Beagle, and he nubbed it back to the pitcher. And the count 1-0 here. This one off the end of the bat and foul territory picked up by Matheny.
I thought he was going to moonwalk back to the he was walking backward there for a minute.
1-1 the count.
Come on, that's what I need at a baseball game. Is a random moonwalk thrown in every now and then.
Ball and a strike. Nobody out. Runner takes his lead off first, and the ball gets back to the screen, and they were showing bunt. Now they don't have to.
So you already got the one, batter's glove on. Do a little moonwalk. Ow!
You okay? That one low. 3-1 to Beagle. Ethan Beagle, the first baseman for Silex, who lead 2-0 here in the top of the third. And a swing and a miss. Count full. First full swing we've seen out of Ethan. Came up empty. Now the 3-2 pitch. Outside, he walked him. Puts runners at first and second with nobody out. And jogging to the plate is Evan Mailer.
The rest of the lineup, all freshmen.
Mailer looking back toward Coach Hufty, who was not looking at him. He was talking to the dugout. Now he has the set of signs he's looking for, showing bunt, pulls back as the pitch was in the dirt. And Daskalakis just does not look comfortable out there, and as soon as he released that ball, he looked to the dugout. 1-0, showing bunt again, takes a strike. 1-1. First and second, nobody out. Silex trying to add to their 2-0 lead here at Clopton. This will be pitch number 60. Outside, ball 2.
And how does that compare to Mullen? Mullen seems like he's about half that many pitches.
We'll have to wait till the next half inning. I didn't have it tallied. That one is low, 3-1, and he's in danger of walking the bases loaded with Hubbard on deck. In the dirt, he walked him. Sacks jammed. Nobody out.
I think Daskalakis is hurrying just a little bit. He seemed like
he
just really went into that windup fast.
Yeah, and that'll draw Dean Street out of the dugout. There is action in the bullpen, and we may see a pitching change here as Clopton in a heap of trouble, already trailing 2-0, now bases loaded, nobody out. Silex guys are just running around.
Well, they were running down to the third base coach who just pointed over at Kent, like, go over there.
This is a long conversation. I think he might be stalling to get his relief pitcher ready here in the top of the third inning. Daskalakis just hasn't quite had his stuff going today.
He seemed uncomfortable today. But we know he's an outstanding pitcher.
6 walks and only 3 strikeouts over the first 2+ innings.
Looks like he's going to stay put.
So the batter going to be Gage Hubbard, the Silex catcher. Hubbard walked and scored. One of the 2 Silex runs. Big spot here. You can bust this game open, takes the ball low. A walk is an RBI. Benton and Van Horn to foul the 8 and 9 man. Missed it. 2-0. Big leads all around the diamond. Low, ball 3, 3-0. Daskalakis, 3-0 pitch, missed, and it's 3-0 in favor of the Owls, as in to score is Garcia. RBI walk for Hubbard. And it'll be Dylan Benton.
Oh, that little dugout cheer is pretty funny.
There's a strike right down the middle on the first pitch to Benton. Oh, 1. 0-2, swing and a miss. Benton was a strikeout victim his first time up. Had a Van Horn's RBI single. The 0-2. This one is hit into left and down.
Wow.
It'll score 1. They're going to hold the runner at third as crossing is Beagle to make it 4-0.
Now for Beagle, do they go arf, arf,
No,
arf?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, Same thing.
That's adorable.
So Beagle comes in. Mailer to third, Hubbard to second, and Benton with an RBI.
Although I think they're missing a prime opportunity.
And now we'll have the pitching change as back out of the dugout is Dean Streed. After 68 pitches and 4 runs allowed, the day on the mound is done for Peter Daskalakis. We'll take a break as they bring in the new hurler here in the third inning. 4-0 Silex, bases loaded, nobody out on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Here's some of the changes for Clopton. As the new pitcher is Mick Evans. He was the DH, so Daskalakis goes to short. Lilly goes to second base. And we may...
Adam Matheny, the second baseman, over to third.
So everything rotates. And then the outfielders is where I'm looking, because Evans was DHing for Wyatt Myers in left. So we'll see if the outfielders change, or because someone's going to have to exit the game with the DH coming into bat. As he starts his warm-up tosses. We'll take another break here in the third inning. Silex with the bases loaded, nobody out, leading 4-0 at Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals. Join thousands of satisfied customers and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
2-0 the count. Here in the top of the third inning, bases loaded, nobody out. Evans there delivers a strike. 2-1 to Van Horn. So the book not closed yet. All the runners. This one's grounded foul past third.
All the runners would be charged to Daskalakis.
2-2 the count. To Van Horn, who has an RBI hit in this ball game. Looking to bust things open here against Evans. Bounces in, count goes full. Nobody out. Bases loaded, already 2 have crossed for the Owls. Mick Evans, next pitch, is swung on and missed, and he gets a big strikeout there.
1 down, 2 more to go.
That'll bring in the leadoff man, Jack Johnson. Batting from the left-hand side, where's number 7?
Great number.
No batting gloves. And he hits this one right back up the middle into center field. 1 run scores. They're going to try and score another.
Oh,
as it was misplayed in center field, and it's 6-0. 2 runs come across for Johnson. And the Owls in control of this ball game.
Ken Hefty has to be pretty happy with the way his Owls are playing.
We'll give him 2 RBIs on that play. As Hubbard and Mailer came across. 6-0. First pitch was a ball. This one grounded to the third baseman by Mullen. He steps on third and gets the force there. That's all.
Probably best to just start making plays now.
5 unassisted on the putout of the Silex pitcher, or on the fielder's choice. So he's aboard. Down to second goes Johnson, and out at third was Benton. And a strike called to Joe Dameron, who's the 9th man to bat in this inning. First and second, 2 outs. This one chopped up the middle. Big hop for the shortstop Daskalakis, who steps on the bag and gets the force to end the inning. 6 unassisted on the putout. Now 6-0 Silex after 2.5. Clopton coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Here's the first warm-up toss for Chase Mullen ahead of the bottom of the 3rd inning. A long break for Mullen and the Owls defensively. And we'll see how sharp he is coming back after Silex scored 4 in the 3rd. That went right off our computer.
It sure did.
We've lost one like that before.
We sure have. Although it didn't really die.
No.
As we found out later.
6-0 our score. That was just a perfect the way it came up. 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd for Silex. Now Clopton comes up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They have stranded 4 already in this ball game. Actually, more than that. No, they left 3 on base. And it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Lindsay leads things off and takes a strike. He is 0 for 1, reached on an error, was stranded at 3rd. Actually thrown out at home. The 0-1. Misses low. A ball and a strike. Silex 6-2 on the season. Excuse me, 3-3. Clopton is 6-2 as this one's hit into right, and running in and making the catch is Johnson for the first out. Good running play. And the leadoff man is retired for Clopton. It'll bring in the shortstop, Daskalakis. He pitched the first 2+ innings. Allowed 6 runs. And Mullen. Good curveball, finds the corner on the outside, 0-1. Oh, 1. Fouled off, 0-2. That was a heck of a bounce off the top of the backstop. balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Long look through the glove of Chase Mullen. Now from the full wind, he delivers an 0-2 pitch up high. Ball and 2 strikes. Tucker Salmon's on deck. But first, a 1-2 pitch to Peter. That just fell out of the zone. 2-2. Could not hold that corner. About 2 inches higher. A 2-2 pitch. This one, mile high. It's a major league fly to left field and unable to make the catch. Kind of got caught in that wind and ending up at second base with a long slide is Peter Daskalakis. E7 on the play.
Boy, Daskalakis was just shy of getting tagged, though.
This is not my favorite walk-up music. SpongeBob. No, that was not I Wanna Rock. That was SpongeBob singing Goofy Goober.
Okay.
Check on the runner at second. And back in safely is Daskalakis as Tucker Salmons adjusts his batter's helmet. Trying to get Silex on the board here with 1 out and a runner at second. Long look. And a pitch outside, 1-0. That was pitch number 42 for the Silex hurler. So you're right, he was about half as many as Daskalakis. Fouled off the side screen, and Coach Hufty throws his hands up like, hey, what you doing, buddy? 1-1 the count. I think I just heard Dak Prescott in the Clopton dugout. Here we go. Check on the runner again at second base. A whole lot of Dak Prescotts in that Clopton dugout right now. Fouled off the screen above our heads. Ball and 2 strikes to Tucker Salmons. Daskalakis at second on a 2-base error after Lindsey flew out to right.
Looks like Gage Hubbard has his shoe tied. Got that squared away.
The 1-2 pitch. On its way to Tucker Salmons, and he pops it out of play again. Actually off the top of the screen and down. Ball and 2 strikes still. Hubbard has his mask back on. And the 1-2. On its way from Chase Mullen in the dirt. Runner goes, delayed steal, throws to the foul side of third. And now Clopton with the runner at third base with less than 2 outs. 2-2 count to Tucker Salmons. Looking right at that runner. Mullen delivers, and this one is popped up. Short center. Is it deep enough? There's the catch. Throw comes to the plate, and they hold.
Oh, wow.
Good throw coming in from Evan Mailer in center field. That's the second out.
I thought they were playing Tanis' song, actually.
Yeah, Adam Matheny, the cleanup hitter.
It's a party in the USA.
6-0 ball game. Clopton trying to get on the board here in the home half of the third. And the pitch. Good curveball for strike one. No balls, one strike. Matheny grounded to the shortstop, his only other plate appearance. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third, 2 outs. Matheny. The Mullen pitch. Out of play. Over the Silex dugout.
I like the little guy running around, scooping up all the foul balls.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner takes his lead off third. That's Daskalakis. The pitch. Sticks the bat out and snagged by the second baseman. Good range from Anderson Van Horn as that held up just long enough for him to get his glove out under it and make the grab to retire the side. Clopton leaves a man in scoring position at third base and still trails Silex after 3 full innings. 6-0 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
6-0 as we head to the 4th inning here from Clopton High School. The Owls leading the Clopton Hawks. First inning started by Mick Evans. He did record all 3 outs last inning in relief of Peter Daskalakis. It's going to be, where are we at? Back to Garcia, who led off last inning. Cameron Garcia for the Owls.
Proved himself to be pretty speedy on the base paths.
Facing Mick Evans for the first time. And the pitch is called a strike. Garcia, Beagle, Mailer. The next to Cameron from Evans. Fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2. Pitch number 14 from Evans. Heads to the plate. Ooh, the curveball almost broke back in as those knees were buckled.
He was doing a matrix move.
Yeah. And the pitch was almost a strike. Ball and 2 strikes. Low and away. 2-2. Had him 0-2, now 2-2. As Evans trying to put away Cameron Garcia. The next, swing and a miss. He got him. Big hook there from Evans. Collects the strikeout.
First baseman Ethan Beagle, freshman, coming in to bat out of the 5 spot.
Is that a knuckleball from Ken Hufty? I did not see much, if any, rotation as he threw that from the
He's
first
laughing.
base coach's box. That one fouled off the screen by Beagle. 0-1. Base is empty, 1 out. Owls hitting with a 6-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. The next to Evans, or from Evans, is in for a strike. 0-2. You got Mick Evans pitching to Evan Beagle. Evans to Evan and misses outside. Ball and 2 strikes. Wags that bat. Ready for the next. That one hit out of play behind home plate. Still 1-2. To Beagle with Mailer on deck. Ethan Beagle, Evan Mailer. I was ahead on the Evan to Evans matchup.
I knew you'd catch it.
Ethan digs in. And that one low, ball 2. Big Silex first baseman.
He really does just seem calm, cool, and collected.
Deep breath there. Comes set in the right-hand box. The 2-2 with 1 out and the base is empty. Is strike 3 called on the curve. Got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mick Evans, and now Evan Mailer will bat with the bases empty. Is everyone using the same bat?
They have been passing that, whatever that bat is, I can't quite
That's
tell.
a Mariucci.
Yeah.
But it looks like
Little League bat.
It looks like a 90s Easton is what it looks like.
That's it. Exactly. You're right.
Up high for ball 1. Has the retro look, but definitely a new Mariucci bat, or newer. The 1-0, taking high 2-0.
Several Silex players believer in that bat.
Mailer struck out in the second, walked and scored in the third. 0 for 1 today. And the count 2-0 with the bases empty and 2 outs. That one's called a strike, 2-1. Both those previous bats were against Daskalakis, and that one's up high, 3-1. Mailer back in. And the 3-1 pitch. Low and away, he walked him. 2-out walk. As the Owls inning continues. They left a couple of runners on, didn't score in the first. Got the game's first 2 runs in the second, and a 4-run third has them at a 6-0 advantage. Trying to add to it here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Ball high on the first pitch to Hubbard. Oh, Gage has been to the plate twice, has walked twice, has an RBI walk as well. 2 runs scored and takes a strike. 1-1 the count. Short lead at first. A little dancing. Swing and a miss. Check on that runner at first. And back in safely is Mailer. But Hubbard behind the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 outs. The pitch from Evans. Runner goes. Pitch outside. Throw down is not in time. And a stolen base for Mailer. Count now even at 2-2.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And a runner at second. Popped up on the infield. Who wants it? Middle infielders, and Lilly makes the catch with his glove high above his head to retire the side. Silex leaves a runner in scoring position, but still lead 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Clopton coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana offers inviting guest rooms, each with its own unique character and historic charm. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Hubbard throws his first warm-up pitch ahead of the bottom of the fourth inning. For the Hawks here in the home half of the fourth, it's going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Matheny, Grillo, and Lilly. As they got what they needed last half inning out of Mick Evans. Allowed the walk, but didn't allow another run. Gives Clopton a chance here as we get into those middle innings. As the throw goes down, the number 5 man, James Matheny, will dig in.
I love it.
The walk-up music is entertaining you today.
Ray Parker Jr.
The first pitch to Matheny is inside, almost hit him.
5, 6, 7 hitters. Matheny, Grillo, Lilly.
One and 0. Curveball in for a strike. Big hook from Chase Mullen.
Really pretty pitch.
Count even to Matheny with Grillo in the on-deck area. No circle painted. Outside, 2-1. Wind picks up a little bit. Now blowing out almost to dead center. Did the home opener to open this new ballpark, and Clopton got a grand slam on a windy day against Wellsville Middletown. That one high, 3-1. Hits have been at a premium. Only one today for Clopton as this one's grounded to the shortstop. Dameron's throw over is unable to pick it, and he'll end up at second base. A leadoff two-base error by Dameron. That throw just kind of died on him. So into scoring position is Matheny, and Grillo will be the batter trying to get Clopton on the board. They've had opportunities. They've left 3 in scoring position. Enough of a win that Dean Street just got the windbreaker out. So we had Ghostbusters and a windbreaker as they try and break through, bust this goose egg. Up high for ball 1 to Grillo.
You didn't know it was 80s throwback day.
Almost unanimously between the Van Halen and what did I hear the other day? You know, if the movie Stand By Me were set in today, 2025, then they'd be looking back fondly on 1989.
No.
Yeah. And same thing with Back to the Future.
Wait, what?
If Back to the Future 1 was set with the starting point as today, we'd be going back to the 90s as well. Yeah. Yeah. 30 years.
I can
85 to 55.
Oh my God.
Yeah. There's a conference on the mound. That's why we're talking nonsense with the 2-0 count. And I'm breaking my wife's heart. Grillo is the batter. Runner at second. Ken Hefty just going over a couple of things with his young team. Mullen works on his mechanics a little bit as he waits for his teammates to get back to their positions.
I'm going to get my Debbie Gibson cassette out later.
Yeah. Grillo. Deep breath back in the right-hand batter's box. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Next from Mullen. Outside, low and away, 3-0. Grillo's been on base once. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, was stranded at third. Clopton's been unable to get one across today so far against these Silex Owls. There's a strike, get over fastball. 3-1. Three balls, one strike, nobody out. Runner at second for the Hawks. Grillo against Mullen. Chases pitch in for strike 2. So he's battled back against the Clopton right fielder. Pitch number 60 will be the next out of Chase Mullen's hand. From the stretch. Looks back at the runner, kicks and delivers. He stuck his arm
out really did.
Over the plate. And I'm surprised that
wow.
No one is asking about that because he did extend the arm out and got hit by the pitch. So now there's 2 on and nobody out. Matheny reached on a 2-base error. Grillo now hit by a pitch, and Lilly will be the batter. Cam wears number 44, bats from the left-hand side.
The news, baby.
That was close to Diamond Dave. On the outside corner, strike 1 to Lilly. He walked.
Skinny bop.
Nope, you lost it. 0-1. Nobody out. It's Clopton looking to get on the board here in the home half of the 4th. Showing bunt. Takes a ball. 1-1. Harrelson, Evans, the next 2. Everyone checks their armbands for the play here in a 1-1 count. Mullen delivers, swing and a miss, 1-2 now to Cam Lilly. Long look. Chase Mullen has his sign, comes set. Runners take their leads. That one's fouled out of play over the Hawk dugout. Well, actually stayed in play, kind of got knocked down. But not caught, still a foul ball. There's a lot of foul territory in this new ballpark. Still 1-2. And the pitch swung on and missed, and that's the first out. Lilly goes down swinging, and that'll bring in Harrelson. That orange bat looks like it's had a few hits out of it.
Right.
Harrelson digs in as he tries to get the first RBI of the day for Clopton. Swing and a miss. Late swing at the curveball, 0-1. Wind blowing out to center. The 0-1. Heads home. This one is stroked into center, but right at the running Evan Mailer for the second out. Hard hit ball. Mailer didn't have to go far, and that's out number 2. And Mick Evans, the pitcher, will be the batter out of the 9 spot here with 2 outs. 2 on, 2 out. Often got the first 2 to reach on an error and a hit by pitch. Haven't been able to move them. Good block by Gage Hubbard to keep those runners at first and second. And a 1-0 count to Evans. Mick digs back in. He's been good in relief of Daskalakis on the hill. There's a strike on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. Evans with 2 down. Chase Mullen trying to protect that shutout off the top of the backstop. And a 1-2 count to Evans. With 2 down, runners at first and second. That was pitch number 70, 71 will be the 1-2 to Mick Evans. Runners take their leads off of first and second. Top of the order, waiting in the wings for Clopton if the inning continues. The 1-2 pitch. Here comes. Up high, and now they have the runner almost caught off of second base. Good pick set by Mick Evans.
Yeah.
Didn't allow a throw down. 2-2. 2 outs, 2 on. 6-0 Silex lead over Clopton here in the home half of the 4th. Hawks trying to get on the board. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Wow. Got him looking to end the inning. Couple of strikeouts and a fly out after an error and a hit by pitch had Clopton with runners on first and second. The shutout is preserved through 4 innings. We head to the 5th. Silex will try and add to it, leading Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Lynn's Heritage House, your home for affordable and home-like senior living, is perfect for independent seniors or those needing assistance with daily activities. Lynn's has a dedicated staff providing around-the-clock support and comprehensive health monitoring. Residents can relish the same lifestyle they've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing help is available when needed. If you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or needs care from a hospital stay or surgery, call Lynn's to set up a tour and visit soon. Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane, Louisiana.
Cellular & Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular & Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
6-0 Silex as we start playing the 5th inning. Mick Evans back out for his 3rd inning of work. He came in the 3rd with the bases loaded and already 4 across. Was able to hold But Clopton's been unable to get any across themselves. And now we're starting to get into the last third of this game, and Silex still down 6-0. For Silex, it's going to be 8-9-1. Dylan Benton to lead things off, then Anderson, Van Horn, and Jack Johnson. Wind not gusting, but still blowing out to center. Now it picks up a little bit. As we get underway in inning number 5 with a liner to left down for a hit. Leadoff hit for Dylan Benton. And that's how Silex starts things in inning number 5. Anderson Van Horn will be the next batter. Van Horn has struck out and singled, has an RBI and a run scored in this game. Check on the runner at first. Couple little taps from Matheny to Benton over there. Now the first pitch to Van Horn. Swings and misses. One up near his eyeballs. Van Horn. Ready again. That one low on the outside. 1-1. Top of the order with Johnson on deck. Right now it's Evans against Van Horn, and that pitch up high. Silex second baseman back in the box. Evans ready with another. Runner goes. Pitch, a ball, and they call it second is safe. A stolen base for Benton. And the count to 3-1. It's like a pretty good pitch. Didn't get the call, and now it's a 3-1 count with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Showing bunt, and he bunts it foul. Count goes full. Interesting thought there on 3-1. He was, I think, bunting for a hit there. Trying to drop it down. Catch Clopton on their heels a little bit. But now the count full. And up high to Van Horn, he walked him. He's on base for the second time, and the lineup turns over to Jack Johnson, the right fielder, who has been on base twice today. Reach on air, had a 2-run single. Also flew out to center to start the game. Lefty ready. And Evans' pitch is hit into center field again. Backing up, and still on the run. It'll bounce, and a ground rule double will plate one and make it 7-0. That ball just kept on going, carrying out to center field, and gets the 7th run across.
That was a big hit.
In the deepest part of the park, and the ground rule double is an RBI, the 3rd of the day, as Benton comes in. Over to third goes Van Horn. So runners at second and third with nobody out, and a 7-0 lead. There's a strike called on the first pitch to Mullen. First run charged. To Evans. That one bounces in, 1-1. Chase Mullen has been on base with a walk and a fielder's choice, also grounded out to second. The 1-1 pitch. This one is belted into center. One hop, throw comes home. Not even close. Now they got the runner. Well, The throw is high. Sliding around it was Mullen. He ends up at second base. As coming across was Van Horn to make it 8-0 RBI for Chase.
It was heads-up base running from Chase Mullen.
I think he had to make something out of nothing there because he got caught.
I was marketing for him. It was heads-up base running.
There was something going through his head, and it was, I don't want Coach to yell at me. Strike on the first pitch.
I got to say, I don't. Both of these coaches, I think, put a little fear in me.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to be on the receiving end of a talking to.
That one bounces in. It evens the count at 1-1. To Joe Dameron. Ball gets away from the pitcher. No one's moving. 8-0. Silex leads. And the next on the corner, strike two. Good pitch from Mick Evans. He needs to do that again because Clopton needs an out. Second and third. Nobody out. Two have come across to make it 8-0. Swing and a miss. Ball bounces. They're going to score another run, though. Had to go to first to complete the strikeout. And crossing the plate, very aggressive baseball there, was Jack Johnson. Over to third goes Chase Mullen. And it's 9-0. Strikeout 2-3 on the putout. So that's the first out. And still the 10th run now at third base. And they're going to try and bunt him over as that one stayed foul. First strike one on Cameron Garcia.
It's quite speedy.
They want that 10th run because
yes, they do.
If they can hold Clopton with a 10-run lead, that's run rules them in 5 innings. Pulls back a bunt, takes a ball, 1-1 to Cameron Garcia, who's singled, walked, and struck out. Has scored a run. Showing bunt again, takes a strike. That would have been the perfect one to punch down toward the first baseman to score that run. Pulled the bat back. Now down in the count 1-2. And the pitch from Evans. Bounces in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got to trust your catcher there because you're almost trying to bluff them into running off at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner at third. Garcia the batter. That almost hit him. 3-2. Runner at third is the pitcher, Chase Mullen. The 3-2 got a piece, spoiled it. And the at-bat continues. So in relief now, Evans up to 53 pitches. And another 3-2 on its way to Garcia. Fouled off the screen. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ball back to the pitcher's hand. Stepping back in is Cameron Garcia. Looking out at Mick Evans. Runner at third, 1 out. 9-0 Silex. And the next, the 3-2. Missed. And we got runners at the corners here in the top of the 5th inning for Ethan Beagle. Nothing. That 10 run is at third base. They check on the runner at first. I think they're trying to see if Beagle would tip whatever the play call is. He was stone cold in that right-hand batter's box. Bunts, gets it down, gets in the way. The run crosses. They throw out Beagle, but he gets the sacrifice down. That one almost knocked out the twofers. And he is shaking the hand as well.
That was a jam job.
That was a sacrifice, as much of a sacrifice as you can get. Down to second goes the runner, 10-0. He gets the RBI. You're going to make it, I swear. Mullen scores. There are 2 outs. That was a sacrifice in every sense of the word. Bunt from Beagle to get that 10th run across and make it 10-0. That one low. And the count to 2-0 on Mailer, who has struck out and walked twice, scored a run, stole a base. Little wiggle. You're ahead of the 2-0 pitch with the runner at second base. That's Garcia. 2 outs, and he takes a ball, 3-0. If we had a play of the game award, I think Beagle's bunt might be it. Because then he completely blocked out the catcher from fielding the ball, which he didn't make contact, but they may have, been able to call interference on him. 3-1. Mailer took a strike. Still ahead in the count. Strike 2 on the corner. So Evans trying to come back. Delayed steal. Ball gets away, but not far enough for Garcia to go any further. (10-0) Silex, looking for their 4th win of the season to get them over the 500 mark. Clopton 6-2 on the year. This one chopped back to the pitcher. Mick up with it, throw over to Matheny to retire the side. 1-3 on the putout. Clopton gets 4 runs on the board, extending their 6-0 lead to a 10-0 lead. Now Clopton has to score to extend this game in the bottom of the 5th on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
Well, Chase Mullen has pitched a gem so far, trying to close it out here in the 5th inning. He's allowed only 1 hit to the Clopton Hawks today. The Hawks have stranded a bunch in the ball game. They've left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aboard. So the Owls, they've looked a little youthful defensively, made some errors, but were able to pick themselves up. And especially at the plate, making the most of what Clopton's given them for a 10-0 lead here, heading to the bottom of the 5th inning.
We get the top of the order.
Yep, Lindsay, Daskalakis, Salmons, and a strike on the first pitch to Adam Lindsay, who is 0 for 2. Reached on an error, was stranded at third, and flew out to right. There's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back pitches on the corner from Chase to Adam Lindsay. The 0-2 pitch. He got him. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, and that's out number 1. So Lindsay strikes out. Brings in Peter Daskalakis, who has reached on an error twice in this ball game. Error on the third baseman, error on the left fielder. Long look from Chase. So what I'm saying is that side of the field better be ready. That one drifted just up high. To Pete. And the 1-0 is roped the other way this time and is going to go all the way to the wall. That's the second hit of the ball game for Clopton, and it goes for extra bases. In with a stand-up double is Peter Daskalakis on that rope to right center. And we get more goofy goobers here from Tucker Salmons with one out and a runner in scoring position. That's a very important run for Clopton. If they can get that one across, the inning goes, or the game goes to a sixth inning. If they leave them stranded, this game's over in 5. One out. Pitch to Salmons. In the dirt. Blocked nicely by Gage Hubbard. 1-0. Adam Matheny, James Matheny are the next two. And the next, instead of step off and a look towards second base. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, runner at second. That's Daskalakis. Tucker Salmons steps out. Now everyone's ready. Chase set. And Mullen's pitch is roped to left. One hopper. They're not going to try and score the run. They'll hold. Now runners at the corners with 1 out. So back-to-back hits, a double, now a single. Have runners at first and third for Adam Matheny, who has yet to reach base today, but has put the ball in play. Grounded to the shortstop and a looping liner to the second baseman, and I think we've reached the pitch count for Chase Mullen, and I think we're going to have a pitching change here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, let's talk about it. He hasn't made his decision yet. We're at 79 pitches. So he can pitch to 1 more. He can start a batter, I think. And he is. He's going to start this batter. But I think this is the last one he can start. So he's hoping for a double play ball here in the bottom of the 5th inning to end this ball game. He wants the complete game. 5-inning shutout. Matheny ready. Chases pitch. Runner goes, won't get the double play, and there's a strike called. So now runners at second and third. 1 out. 0-1. To Adam Matheny. This one chopped to the second baseman. It'll score a run. This game's going to continue. Out at first is Matheny, but it's 10-1. Over to third goes Salmons. In to score is Daskalakis, and out 4-3 is Matheny, but he gets an RBI. 2 down. We'll play another one. And that is a swing and a miss to James Matheny. Oh, we may as well go the distance now, right? Let's get to 7. Ooh, up over the head of James. Almost hit the bat, which would have been a foul ball. He kept it up there. 2-0. Excuse me, 1-1. The count. Grillo on deck. who's been on base twice. Swing and a miss. Now a ball and 2 strikes to James Matheny. Runner at third with 2 outs. A run in for Clopton, their first of the day. 10-1, Silex leads. The 1-2 pitch, 2 outs to Matheny. Is strike 3 called. Got him looking. Backward K ends the 5th. We head to the 6th inning. Silex comes to bat, leading 10-1 over Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
To the 6th inning here from Clopton High School. Mark Froenig, April Froenig, 10-1, Silex leading. Clopton got the run they needed, and that's that could be important, you know. You get into a ball game against a young team. They've got a dominant starter. Now you're still in the game. He's pitch counted. I don't think he'll be able to come back out. There is action in the Silex bullpen. But what do they have beyond Chase Mullen? You could put up a 10-run inning and win this ball game.
Right.
You just had to give yourself a shot, and that's what happened last half inning. Scratching the run across with a RBI ground out after a leadoff double followed by a single. Put runners at the corners. They stole second and able to get the run across to make it 10-1. So Silex now wants to add to it. They're back on the offensive, and it'll be 7, 8, 9. Hubbard to lead things off, and Gage takes a strike. Oh, and 1. That one runs in on him. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike. To Hubbard leading things off. There's strike 2. Right down central. McEvans has been pretty good. Had the 4-run 5th. That one just missed. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. 10-1, Silex leads here in the top of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, way out in front. That off-speed delivery from Mick Evans, and that's the first out. Going to bring in Dylan Benton. He had a single and a run scored, stole a base last inning. Part of that 4-run 5th. 2 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th for Silex, 1 in the 5th for Clopton to keep this game alive as that one missed. Blown away to Dylan Benton. Van Horn on deck. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Left fielder for the Owls, ready again. That hit him. Hit by pitch, puts the number 8 man on, and Anderson Van Horn will be the next. He has been on base twice today, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. 2 runs scored and an RBI out of the 9 spot. Swing and a miss. Check on the runner first. Throw not in time. 0-1. Home plate umpire gets on Evans because he started his wind before Anderson Van Horn was in the box. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, 0-2. Went after the high one there. Anderson has been good in the batter's box today. Strikeout looking, throw down. Did he get the strikeout, throw him out? No, the ball got away. And it's a stolen base, 2 outs. So Benton steals second. Backward K of Van Horn. And back to the top of the order for Jack Johnson. Swing and a miss. Out and ahead of that one, 0-1. Again, that's a big run out at second base. That would restore the 10-run lead and put the pressure back on Clopton to try and scratch one across again to force the 7th inning. In the dirt, 1-1. Johnson has reached on an error, had a 2-run single, and an RBI double, and has scored once. This one hit a mile high. Second baseman calling for it, and making the catch to end the inning is Cam Lilly. So we will play 7 here as Silex can't get that 11th run across. Lead by 9 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
The new pitcher is Jack Johnson for Silex, coming in relief of Chase Mullen, who got pitch limited at the end of 5 innings. So in for the 6th and the 7th will be Jack Johnson. And he's a lefty. And he's coming in pretty amped up as he's thrown a couple to the screen in his warm-up tosses. 10-1, Silex leads. Couldn't get that 11th run across to restore the run rule opportunity, so we're going to play 7 unless Clopton can score 19 runs this inning to 10-run Silex. That's the only other option. That's the worst option for everyone. I would rather them score 10 and win the game 11-10 than to run rule them by scoring 19 this half inning. We'll see what happens here at Clopton at the new ballpark. Clopton has not lost a game here since this opened.
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And, you know, you think this was supposed to be the home opener, and
Oh, yeah.
Could have been a completely different start to the season. But this one not over yet.
6, 7, and 8 hitters. John Grillo, Cam Lilly, Jacob Harrelson, if anyone gets on. Ninth batter, Mick Evans.
And that ball up high. The first from Johnson is out of the zone, 1-0. Grillo has been hit by a pitch, reached on a fielder's choice. That one up high, 2-0. Johnson trying to find that strike zone against Grillo. The lefty does find it. And it's 2-1. Took a little bit off there and got the fastball in. Lilly on deck. The 2-1. And the southpaw up high in the zone, 3-1.
They're finishing a game that they started last Thursday and had trouble, ran into some weather. Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves fall to Carrollton 8-4 this afternoon.
They got that one in the books then from almost a week ago, 5 days ago. There's a strike called, 3-2. Grillo against Johnson here with a 3-2 count to lead off the home half of the sixth inning for Clopton. Johnson has his sign from the stretch. He kicks and delivers. Swung on and missed. Probably chased one up out of the zone there on 3-2. It's the first strikeout for Johnson and the first out here in the sixth inning. Brings in Cam Lilly. And he strolls slowly to the left-hand side of the box wearing number 44. Clopton, black tops, white pants, black stripe down the sides. Silex, the owls on the bat across their chest. Yeah, that one misses low and away on the first pitch to Lilly. 1-0. Harrelson, Evans, the next two. 1-0. Did that make contact? I thought I heard.
I thought I did too, but
it
no.
may have been the catcher's glove, 2-0.
Right.
It hit something on the way through, back
It
to
did.
the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And another heads to the plate. There's a strike. 2-1. Good looking pitch from Johnson. He's back in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, base is empty. The next from Jack Johnson. Popped, foul out of play, and it's 2-2. Behind the Clopton dugout. I think that may have rode in on the hand. Cam is shaking that right hand.
Shaking that vibration out.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson in relief of Mullen. With a 10-1 lead. The next. He got him. Foul tip hung on to by Hubbard. And that's the second out. That'll bring in Jacob Harrelson. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Clopton will have one more chance in the bottom of the seventh, no matter what Silex does in the top half. And a strike called on the first pitch to Harrelson. On the outside. On the outside. On the outside. 0-1 the count. Swung on and missed at that outside pitch. Kind of have to do it. I'm surprised that we haven't seen more swings on that pitch as much as it's been called.
Right.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty. And the next from Jack Johnson. Just low.
Yeah, I really thought they were going to get the call there.
We don't have our 10-1 strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, base is empty. And the next from Johnson. High and off the glove of the catcher, 2-2. Beagle playing with the shadows over at first base. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, base is empty. The next to Harrelson is fouled.
Oh, that's my car.
I didn't hear anything. You were hoping, weren't you?
Yeah, I was actually. Yeah.
Still 2-2.
Getting a new go-kart. I think 1 foul ball away from just caving in completely.
On its way. Up high, count goes full. So a good little battle here between Johnson and Harrelson in the 8th spot. Evans on deck. Pitch number 18 of the inning. And that one wasted on a foul ball off the screen. Good job by Harrelson to keep the at-bat going. Yeah, the shadow's really creeping out from behind home plate.
Yeah, they look 10 feet tall.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2 outs. Oh, foul tip just off the tip of the glove of Gage Hubbard. Gives Harrelson some life here. Another 3-2 coming. We were that close to going to the 7th. Another 3-2. Johnson's pitch. Missed. That would have been our first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game.
Right.
Instead, it's a 2-out walk, and those always come back to haunt you.
Indeed.
The DH will step into the right-hand batter's box. I don't want to say dig in because there's nothing to dig into with the artificial turf. Evans. Swing and a miss. Late swing. And an 0-1 count. He is struck out looking, struck out swinging. 0 for 2 today. Looking for a 2-out anything to get on base. That one just high on the outside. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Harrelson takes this lead off first. That one fouled off the screen. 1-2. Mick Evans, if he can get on, Adam Lindsay will bat for the 4th time here in the 6th. I think he's going to get to either way. One, 2. From Johnson to Evans is fouled off. Do it again. Still 1-2. With a runner on first and 2 down. Did he just throw that like he had the yips? Did he
Yes.
he spike that throw back to the pitcher? curveball. Just broke a little too hard inside. 2-2. Two outs, runner at first, and the 2-2 pitch to Evans. Floats high and away, 3-2. Three balls, two strikes, two outs. Runner will be going with the pitch. There he goes, and this one's grounded to the third baseman. Stays on the ground for Garcia. Throw across is in time. Beagle had to find the bag.
He did.
But they get the 5-3 put out to send us to the seventh inning. Silex coming up, leading Clopton 10-1 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
This is Jonah Jones with Community State Bank of Missouri. At Community State Bank, we believe in keeping your money where it matters, here at home. Community State Bank is committed to serving our neighbors with personalized financial solutions. Whether you're looking to grow your savings or need a loan for that next big step, we are here to help. Your loan decisions are made by people who understand your needs because we live here too. Community State Bank of Missouri with branches in Bowling Green and Troy. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Third pitcher of the day for Clopton is Luke Grillo. Luke, a sophomore, will pitch here in the seventh for the Hawks, who trail Silex 10-1, starting the final inning of this ball game. Final inning of regulation, I guess. As he takes his last couple of tosses, he'll start with the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Mullen, Dameron, and Garcia. Mullen in line to be the winner. He gave up 1 run earned in his 5 innings of work. Got pitch limited. And now the game in Johnson's hand, left hand. But Chase can help out the cause here to lead off the top of the 7th inning. Grillo in relief of Evans and Daskalakis, the third pitcher for the Hawks, and he hits the first man he sees. So Mullen hit by the pitch. That's not how he wanted to end his afternoon, getting one off the front arm. Brings in Joe Dameron. And he almost got hit. Went right past the top of his helmet, or actually behind his helmet.
Oh, there goes the head.
So runner on first, nobody out, and Grillo needs to take it from an 11 down to about an 8. Sophomore checks on the runner, and back in with a slide is Chase Mullen. This game already 2 hours and 13 minutes old. That hit him. You don't have to run anymore, Chase. The guy behind you is trotting to first. Hit by a pitch. Back-to-back hit by a pitch. And Grillo off to a rocky start. brings in Cameron Garcia, the third baseman, takes a ball. As Luke yet to find the zone. Outside, 2-0.
Ellsbury Silex soccer team picking up another win, 3-0. They blank Wright City. The Vega Flowers had the shutout. Grace White, another 2 goals. She scored her 100th goal over the weekend.
This one drops in front of the first baseman.
Just a junior, already committed to D1 Baylor University.
Shutout in soccer, you call it clean sheet.
Clean sheet, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes, I looked
this
it
one
up earlier.
grounded slowly to the shortstop. Gonna have to hurry. Throw across is in time. Got him at first. Runners move to second and third. As that's a nice play. Running away from the first base bag by Daskalakis for the first down. He went way in the hole and had to throw back across his body. One down. Both runners move up. 6-3 on the putout. And it'll be Beagle. And he bashes one back through the box. You going to hit my guys? I'll put one right past your ear. And here comes the second run, and in to score is Dameron with a belly flop slide. 2 runs come across, and it's 12-1 Silex. 2-run single by Beagle. He got that bunt down to make it 10-0. Almost broke his face and hand in the process, and now a 2-run single to make it 12-1. Ethan Beagle having himself a day as this one's grounded slowly to the shortstop. They'll get the out at second. No throw over to first. There's 2 down. Fielder's choice goes 6-4. So Beagle is erased. And the batter is going to be Gage Hubbard. After Mailer grounds into the fielder's choice. 2 down, 2 across, and a late swing by Hubbard. Oh, and 1. He is struck out, lined out, had an RBI walk, another walk, a stolen base, 2 runs scored. There's a strike, throw down. Did he call him out? He did call him out. Caught stealing. At second base is Evan Mailer to retire the side. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Silex 12, Clopton 1. Hawks coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with the New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Jack Johnson out for his 2nd inning of work in relief of Chase Mullen. And he has a 12-1 lead to work with for Silex here at Clopton High School. Hawks in danger of dropping their first ever game here at the new ballpark, as they are undefeated in 3 previous matchups here. The lights come on in the Silex dugout, still sans lights in the Clopton dugout. The power has been on in the Silex dugout today. 12 runs crossing the plate for the Young Owls, who are attempting to get their record over 500 to 4-3. And I think this would be a pretty impressive victory, as Clopton 6-2 on the season so far. As Johnson getting ready to deliver his final warm-up toss. Throw goes down. We probably dropped about 15 degrees since the shadows took over the backstop here. And we're ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. You all right there?
I'm fine.
And Johnson, first pitch, called a strike on the corner to Adam Lindsay. 1-2-3 for the Hawks here in their final at bat. 1. Didn't extend the zone any. 1-1 the count to Adam. And the next, everyone having a shield there. The rest of the lights come on here at Clopton. A swing and a miss. 1-2. There is not a magical 12-run walk-off home run, so you need the base runners. And Lindsay was giving that his all there. Outside, high, 2-2. He is struck out, flown out to right, reached on an air, was gunned down at the plate. That was all the way back in the bottom of the 1st inning. Fouled in on the hands of Lindsay, still a 2-2 count.
Louisiana lost earlier tonight to Wright City, 8-4. More baseball action.
Here it's 12-1 Silex, and that one is hit mile high. Van Horn won it. Yeah, the second baseman makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
He is a hard-working second baseman. You notice he backs up the pitcher every time the catcher throws back to the pitcher. He just banging on his glove.
He's got the shades on.
Yeah.
There at second base, and he's had a good day.
Yeah.
The matter's going to be Daskalakis, and he takes the ball. Here with 1 out and the base is empty in the bottom of the 7th. That one just misses, 2-0. Silex has won at least 3 in a row in this matchup, and that one misses, 3-0.
And to do a pirouette in the batter's box.
And the next, the 3-0 pitch to Daskalakis is high and wide, and a walk. So we will not have a 1-2-3 inning in this ball game. As down to first is Pete, and that'll bring in Tucker Salmons. Runner at first, 1 down. Last shot for Clopton here, trailing by 11, and that one is in for a strike. 0-1. The Matheny's are the next 2 in the order if the game continues. The 0-1. Check on the runner, and Late tag. And safe at first. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out with that runner at first via the walk. The next to Tucker is hit to the shortstop. Out at second. Throw to first. Not in time. The game continues. Fielder's choice. 6-4 on the putout. And Adam Matheny, now the last chance for Clopton.
A reminder, you can see pictures from this game and several other games this season. You just go to the KJFM Facebook page.
And runner goes. Throw down. Pitch was a strike, and the runner is safe. Stolen base. I'm surprised they threw down in a 11-run game. 0-1 the count.
Didn't want to see Tucker get any more
stolen bases.
Yeah.
Well, they would have had defensive indifference had they not thrown, and he wouldn't have
right. There you
credited.
go. Yeah, that's right.
They stolen, so maybe they did him a favor there.
There you go.
That one missed. 1-1. 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. On its way from Jack Johnson, fouled off, and Clopton down to their final strike. 1-2. Silex with 2 runs in the second, 4 in the third, 4 in the fifth, and 2 in the seventh. All about 4s and 2s. They gave up 1 in the fifth.
That's true. Yeah, that was the odd one.
They lead by 11. Pitch number 43 already from Johnson. Runner goes. Popped. Foul out of play. He'll have to come back.
Heads up.
Still a ball and 2-strike count to Matheny. James on deck. Adam is the batter.
I think that was, that was Robert James making sure people stay safe back behind home plate.
Another 1-2. The pitch from Johnson to Matheny. Runner goes again. Pitch called a ball, and we're going to say stolen base because Hubbard was up to throw and dropped the ball. So runner at third now, and a 2-2 count. Really not a bad pitch. They're on a 1-2. Matheny took strike 3. Ball game on the backward K. And Silex wins this one in 7, 12-1 over the Clopton Hawks. First loss here in the new ballpark for the Hawks. We'll talk about it in the postgame starting next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
First loss in the new ballpark for Clopton. They fall to Silex 12-1, and that for the Owls is a 3-game winning streak. They beat Ellsbury 10-0, Mark Twain 17-5, and now Clopton 12-1. The next game is tomorrow for the Owls at Wright City before taking on Bowling Green and New Bloomfield next week. Bowling Green a home game, New Bloomfield on the road, and that's the action that Silex has coming up. Clopton, they now have alternated wins and losses after a 3-game winning streak was halted, and they'll play Montgomery County on Thursday, North Callaway on the road Friday, then play at Canton on Monday before playing Veritas, who is one of the 3 teams that has beaten Silex this season. So that will be another tough one. So tough stretch of games, and you're trying to get a lot of games made up this time of year, and so you're not rushing to fill out your schedule the week before district or the 2 weeks before district. So it's a tough time, and you got to be tough. And today, Silex, the young team, came in here, was the aggressive team, put runs on the board after Clopton kind of got burned by their aggressiveness early, got cut down at home plate, caught stealing, and just couldn't get that run across until they were already down by 10 runs in the bottom of the 5th. So a 12-1 win for Silex. We'll take a break, come back with some more particulars, and wrap things up here from the Clopton Ballpark on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, Barnes Roots and Herbs, and Mike Henry Excavating.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
12-1, Silex over the Clopton Hawks here from the Clopton Ballpark. The win goes to Chase Mullen. And Peter Daskalakis, he had a little trouble finding the zone today. Very uncharacteristic of Daskalakis, and he takes the loss here against Silex, and the first loss at home for the Clopton Hawks here in the new ballpark. We'll have more baseball for you, more action from the Diamond tomorrow here on Eagle 102 Sports.
That's right. It will be Jim Ross and Rodney Dolbear and myself over at Pittsfield. Pittsfield Lady Sockies going to be hosting the Western Lady Wildcats of Barry. That should be a really good game. Pittsfield had a good game yesterday against QND. Western coming off some wins, so it ought to be a really good game.
And again, that is at the softball diamond at Pittsfield tomorrow. We were at the baseball diamond yesterday, softball diamond tomorrow, and wrapping things up here today from Clopton, where the Hawks fall to the Silex Owls 12-1 for running back at the station. April, Mark, we'll see you for more diamond action tomorrow on Eagle 102 Sports.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports.